Hi, my name is Brandon Hendrix, and I'm the Senior Vice President of Marketing at Thrasio. So when I first started using Quartile, I had a lot of different expectations. I had tried dozens of different advertising tools before and was on this quest to find the perfect one for us, since our situation was pretty unique. We were buying businesses every week, starting to scale, and trying to find a tool that could really scale with us. And ultimately, Quartile was the tool that worked, it performed, it scaled, and really tried to focus on what was important for PPC, which is the core bones of the platform. Not all the bells and whistles that made everything else super sexy. And having been performance marketing for the last 15 years, I can tell immediately that Quartile was something that was unique and would enable us to scale over time. And now we've been using Quartile for almost 3 years. Nearly 100% of our over 200 brands run on Quartile right now and managed by our in-house ads team. So every time we buy a new company, it's pretty much onboarded onto Quartile and we start the scaling, optimizing, and growth process. So we measure success in first being able to stabilize performance when we take it over to Quartile. Then we start scaling and driving more sales efficiency for the brands we're buying. So we start looking at things like tacos, ACOS, revenue and profit goals, and really being able to take it, onboard it to Quartile, stabilize it, and then scale it from there. So whenever you're exploring a new tool, the advice I would always give someone is to first work super closely with your partner and give it enough time to scale and enough time to work. Second, I would say to always give the system as much data to jumpstart their learning curve so you bypass that exploratory spend. And a lot of times when you're trying out a new tool, you waste a lot of money at the beginning, but if you work super closely with your partner, explore all the different options and give as much data to the tool as possible to bypass that curve, you're gonna be in a much better spot. When I think about rationalizing the cost for a tool like Quartile, the performance really speaks for itself. One, not to mention the extra headcount we would need to add to support the portfolio. They're also super nimble and able to add new features in weeks and not months. So performance speaks for itself. What really excites me about Quartile is how they're on the cutting edge of all the new different types of advertising. So they started on Amazon, and now they're starting to move into Google and Bing and Facebook and all the other different advertising channels that are becoming more and more important on Amazon. And at the end of the day, the more external traffic you can drive into Amazon, the better your brands will do. So I'm super excited to start trying out all the new tools and integrating it into more of our brands. Life before Quartile and life after Quartile have been very different. When we first started managing brands, everything was very manual. We're always updating budgets and bids, adding new keywords, trying to isolate different things, and trying to find the best way to manage our brands at scale. Post-Quartile, we're able to acquire brands, optimize them, and make them efficient within days, not weeks or months. So ultimately, we have a lot more control over our portfolio. We're able to isolate and grow the brands in different ways we wouldn't be able to before, and drive the business in a much more scalable fashion.